So we've got breaking news that during the entire course of the second term, and we're obviously more than 100 days in, Trump has sat for a total of 12 intelligence briefings.
You know, that typically, okay, good. We don't need him to try to do things around the world. He's screwed up things here at home enough. Leave the rest of the world out of it. But we are in the middle of so many international conflicts that, of course, are all over the news. Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, Libya, Iran, Russia, China, and this guy cannot be bothered to actually sit and listen to the people smarter than him to tell him what's going on. He thinks he knows best. I don't think this is necessarily so much of a he's being lazy thing as some of the media wants to portray it. I think this is an arrogance thing. I don't need these generals to come in and tell me what's happening with the military. I can see it. I'm smart. I know what's best for these countries to do. And that is, of course, exceptionally dangerous.
Well, I think it's particularly dangerous that you have one of the largest intelligence apparatuses to ever exist in human history, more than $80 billion, funneling to an hour-long briefing every day, and you won't come to it. Biden would come twice a week, which they're saying Trump is going to adjust his schedule to do that, but he would also read the book, which is what they condensed the briefing down, so this is the highlights of everything. I don't think you want to be compared to Biden in this regard. I think it's probably something you should go to every day, especially this is probably the most unsafe the world has been when you look at two nuclear powers pointing missiles at each other, talking about firing missiles at each other. You have the war in Ukraine escalating and then dropping, and you're trying to broker a ceasefire or whatever he's doing at this point, because sometimes he gets mad and says he's not doing it. He was not going to get involved with India and Pakistan, but then he decided, he'd broker the peace deal. He's only learning what he sees on TV, from what I can tell, and that's terrifying. The whole reason you have the power of the United States government is to know more than we know on TV and make decisions based off of that information.
Yeah, you know, one thing I always say is that you want your politicians, regardless of what side of the political aisle they're on, you want them to know more than you do. You want them to be involved. You want them to understand things. You want them to have that intelligence. But Trump's not getting it. And I think you bring up a great point of him only getting it from TV. And we know that because the man sits there, gets on Truth Social, and either commends what he sees on TV or he complains about what he sees on TV. So this man is just mostly a media critic because he either likes it or doesn't like it, and he'll let everybody know because God forbid he has an opinion that's not openly expressed. But that's also where he's getting this information. During the first administration, we all know famously they had to reduce the daily intelligence briefings down to one page, mostly pictures. Pictures! And that was it. That's what he got. But now he's not even getting that as frequently. So somebody just give him more pictures, maybe give him a map. Make sure you put Gulf of America, otherwise he's going to throw it away. But show him, hey, at least know where these countries are. Because I don't think you know that. They're over here, by the way. So somebody in the administration start printing this thing out, hand it to him, and at least be like, look, I did everything I could, but we don't see that either. There's no help from the staffers. And at least in the first administration, we did have staffers that would speak out, that would come out and say, listen, I have to quit because he is just unreachable. No, it's all loyalists. It's all spineless jellyfish right now. And that's putting the entire planet at risk.